doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
God, I hate to see what my computer sees when I'm jerking off. It must be the worst look. Yeah, a little self-promotion of yourself. Look how funny I am in this moment when I still believed in stand-up comedy.
One guy, okay, I quit stand-up because, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Isolate that audio. I quit stand-up. Isolate it now so I can have it forever. So I can just play it. Who am I talking to? I'm the one isolating everything. I'm the one doing all the shit.
Producer. All right, now we're ready.
What room are you in?
I'm in my where my office is, the kitchen.
You're in the kitchen? It caused a lot of annoying noises last time.
No, last time it wasn't the kitchen. It was the paint fan was there. I had to be on for another hour after the guy left, and so I didn't think it was going to be a problem.
I feel like paint drying is the most entertaining thing that ever happens in your house anyways. So
yeah.
Because you're so boring, Jason.
Good one, you fucking bitch. I watched, I guess
There's
we're doing...
my boy.
I guess we're doing the podcast right now. Hello, everybody. I just watched Hobbs versus Shaw, or Hobbs and Shaw. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. Sick.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so, no. I mean, who knows if you've seen that, you know? It's a bunch of action. It's like, ask me if I've seen a full porn. I've probably seen a bunch of scenes from it. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. It's not that old. It's not like you could have like just been flipping by. I don't think you have to like make a conscious decision to watch it.
No, I'm just saying I've seen all the Fasts, and I've seen all the Furiouses, and I've seen all the Hobbs and all the Shaws, and I don't remember which one was which.
Fast Five is actually good. That's a good movie. Like, it's a good action movie. Hobbs and Shaw is pretty garbage, I would say.
Which is the one where Paul Taylor dies?
I think that's 7. Paul Taylor.
What's
James
his name?
Taylor's son.
Okay.
I've seen cars and I've seen crashes.
What's his name, that dude?
Now I can't remember. Paul Ryan, ex-presidential candidate Paul Ryan.
Paul, no one cares.
I'm gonna Google it only so that one guy doesn't get angry. Paul Walker.
Earnhardt.
Paul Walker.
Earnhardt's the guy who died in a car also, no?
I have no idea.
I think he's the vroom vroom driver.
Yeah. Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also whatever.
Yeah, Earnhardt. That's what I'm talking about. His father died in a crazy car accident.
I didn't know. So did our driver Villeneuve. Gilles, baby.
Jacques'
dad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anyways, point is, Hobbs and Shaw. My favorite scene is like at the end, like Dwayne Johnson kind of like has to, like, promises his mom he won't use guns to defeat the bad guy, which is Idris Elba.
Yeah, like Batman.
Obvious. Like
Batman. That's Batman's story.
Right. Exactly. Except that it's because he has to like swear on his Samoan ancestors he won't do it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, so.
Oh no! See, I didn't see it because I do know there's that whole scene where he goes get his Hawaiian brethren together.
Yes, Samoan.
He presses a button and every Hawaiian person in the world comes out of a volcano.
Hawaiian
runs down the volcano, and they all do a hula, and then they do this thing.
They do the shaka dance or whatever it's called, the haka.
Yeah, and then they put the flower things on everyone, and
right.
the tiki torch, and then everyone's happy again. Right? Is that how the movie goes?
No, but okay. So my bit was because right before the big final fight, there's Jason Statham, there's The Rock, and there's like 90 million Samoans.
Jason
and
Statham.
The Rock does like a Haka prayer where he calls like upon his ancestors and his gods to help him defeat the evil Idris Elba. You know?
How does that go? It's like Hakuna Matata.
Okay, yeah, right. But imagine if the roles were reversed and instead of taking place in Samoa, the fight took place in England. It was just Jason Statham be like, "And in the name of the Queen and Prince Charles, bring me strength to beat up Idris Elba, bruv." Governor.
Is Elba in there too?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Oh, he's British, so they could have had a British off.
Exactly. They should have had like a wank off in the middle of Trafalgar Square or something, you know, like, "Oh, I can beat my dick faster than you."
Yeah. There should be like, "I'll take a tea," and then it was like, "I'll take my tea black," and then they do something with that because he's black.
Yeah.
They do
I put milk first. Milk first. I put milk second. Yeah.
Doesn't he say I'm the black Superman in that movie?
I was barely paying attention. I was like drifting in and out between fight scenes and shit.
I'm pretty sure that's the best part. I always love that idea of people say that they should do a comic where Superman's black, or like next movie, they like why not gender swap? Not gender swap. They've already done
Race
that.
swap.
But race swap.
Every black person is a man, and every white person is a woman.
Could you imagine black Superman growing up in Kansas in the 50s or whatever?
He would become a bad guy.
A
bad guy.
A very different story, I think, about his idea of America and if he should stand for America and like protect it.
Wipe out everything south of like West Virginia.
Yeah. It's like, let's put it this way: if Malcolm X could light things on fire with his eyes, history would look different.
That's a good premise for a sketch. We should get who do we know that can do CGI, and who do
we know that is black? So
Rodney and Gabe, come on down.
That's really funny.
Yeah, Rodney Ramsey and Gabriel O'Massey.
Yeah, really great. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen it. So how's your week been though? Has that been your week watching Hobbs and Shaw? And,
well, I'm off, baby. I'm off work.
Oh, look at you vacationing.
Yeah,
like the 1% that you are, eh?
Yeah, I don't like working on my day of birth, and that's a couple of days away. So I don't like.
So shit! I kind of forgot. I don't know how we talk about it all the time, and it's right next to someone else I care about, but I still managed to forget.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's true. The day after your girlfriend's birthday.
There's like I don't know how I could possibly. Yeah. Okay. Well, happy birthday. How you feeling about that? What are you turning 40? What is it?
No. That's the joke on you. You're the old bitch. I'm the young buck.
Oh, I don't know. You are you are very quickly changing, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I'm turning old. I'm 31 in a couple.
All you do is complain about your aching bones and watch murder mystery shows.
Yeah, fucking rules. I love
reality TV.
I was born to be like 56, and I'm really slowly creeping towards it. It's amazing.
You're finally in your prime, my friend. Congratulations.
I know. Right now, I'm moving like a 56-year-old. I just had a pepperoni, like a shaved pepperoni poutine.
Yeah, because you deserve it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That's good. A shaved pepperoni.
Like not like pepperoni slices. It's like when they have the actual chunk of pepperoni and they shave it on. Like Pendelli's Pizza on Côte Saint Luc does that shit. It's amazing. And I found a place in Verdun that does it for the poutine, and it's really good.
I remember being a little drunk one night and going into like a 24-hour Dunn's and eating a hot dog poutine and it being so goddamn good it made no sense. Like I remember eating it being like, there's something else in this.
It is drunk as shit, dude.
Yeah, it's probably accurate, but I do remember it being amazing. I'll never do it again, just to save that moment in my head, you know? Kind of like anal. Gotta save that
the one time you got anal by an you went to Thailand, right?
Lady boy. They really made me afraid. Everyone told me stories like it. Like if a Thai woman is hitting on you in Thailand, it is not a woman, and that is a guarantee. Like you letter of the law, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you had fun over there?
Yeah. But I did a Zoom show this week.
Okay, cool.
That was kind of fun. It was.
Was it really?
Yeah, man. It brings the stand-up feelings like that. Like before the show, I'm going over my shit over and over again, and like I see the faces like showing up on the screen, you know. And there was
Can I ask how many?
There were 8,000 people in the.
Okay, so it was like 7 people.
If there was 1,000 people I think it was 1,000 people for every square that had a name on it. So yeah, 8,000 people.
Okay, so 8 people.
No, I think it was actually more like 12 or maybe something like that. Some fell off by the end. My mother was in there. My girlfriend was in there.
So it was like being a loud asshole at a party, taking a party hostage. Basically,
there were 2 comics with parents there.
So
that's the kind of.
I'm
show
really happy. I was not asked.
No, you know what? You'd want to think that you would have hated it. You would have loved it. And you would have said that you hated it. You would have loved it because you still get laughs. You're still testing jokes. It's still working. Like, it's not fun. Right. It's no replacement. But man, is it the closest thing. I mean, you just rely on me because you know I'll laugh to make this goddamn stupid podcast entertaining. So
Shut the fuck up.
So I just do that. I just do that sitcom thing where I'm the laugh track.
You don't laugh at half my jokes. You just
because
are thinking of something else.
Far.
and then you laugh later when you hear it. Fuck you.
That's so true. I listened to it back and I'm like, yeah, that's funny. I didn't know
Thanks, dude.
in the moment. But it's kind of like there's this, the podcast we talk about sometimes, Come Town. There's this one guy who's the laugher. He laughs a lot, Stav, they call him Stahl.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed the most when I listen to this is the things he laughs the most at is when he brings up a joke and then the host guy elaborates on what he just said, and that makes him laugh the hardest.
Right. Yes.
When it's his idea that gets spit out, So it's still like people who laugh really hard are really absolutely just full of themselves. It's not like they're just so full of life and so full of joy. It's
I have a quick Come Town story I forgot about. When they came to town, right? And someone, I think they're the tour manager or whatever, they were they toured across Canada or whatever. They went to the different shows across Canada.
Side note, there was a time when Jason mentioned that there was a chance that one of these boys were going to come onto our little mic that happens in a youth hostel. And back then I could care less. I didn't even really know who they were. But now I literally would be asking Jason to say it slower with my hand in my pants. You know what I mean? Because I can't believe. But anyways,
but they left town the day before. Anyways, the point is that one of them did a mic that I was at, and I was I guess the liaison because my old roommate had contacted the tour manager and he was looking for mics for the guy, whatever, for them to hit up. Sure. And after the mic, he asked me if we're downtown. We're right in the middle of downtown Montreal. He asked me if there's any restaurants that he should hit up nearby. Okay. And in my head, I'm I had no this is right before I started listening to them, so I had no idea who they were really. And I didn't know they were pulling $50,000 a month on Patreon. And in my head, I was like, there's really not that much. I mean, I guess there's a McDonald's. Everything else is $20 a plate. I don't know if you guys, it's really
That's so funny. Yeah, you were trying to be look, guys,
I don't know if you guys could afford it. Because I couldn't afford it either. I was making $10,000 a year back then. I had no fucking
since
idea.
We're the same person pretty much,
I guess it's a McDonald's across from, on the next two blocks down.
Nick Mullen would hate me. I would love to meet him. I mean, he probably hated everybody, but
yeah. Anyways.
I think he wouldn't like me.
So you had the Christmas Zoom show. That's cool. Did you do any it was just you and I guess the girlfriend for celebration stuff for Christmas? You guys had the tree and everything.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, yeah, it was the two of us. We opened gifts in the morn. We had some Zoom with her family.
What'd you get?
Well, I told you I got first of all, I got the bidet, which I opened early, which is the best gift in the world.
The Tushy people, contact us, baby.
That's right, because I love it's got a good pressure on it, and I've been reading about how you have to kind of work on your anal muscles to make sure you don't get anal cancer, right?
Okay.
You know how we're susceptible to anal cancer, right? Right, Jason?
Well, I don't know because every step I take, I clench, I flex my calves and my asshole.
Okay,
that's
good.
That's how I walk.
So you're safe. So what I've been doing is instead of turning on the bidet because it's got a good water pressure, instead of turning it on after I poo, I turn on while I poo and see if I can beat the current with my pressure of pushing my poo out. So it pushes my poo up, and I push really hard to fight this current. I fight the current like a salmon, okay? And then my poo goes upstream like a salmon. It flutters all the way down into the bowl, and that's how I know I have a healthy prostate.
Yeah, that's good.
Like that. That's a bit I wrote for last night, but didn't say.
I don't know why. I don't know if this is. I don't know what I'm picturing right now, but for some reason I'm just picturing a cannonball being shot out in a stream of water, just trying the force of. I don't know what that imagery is, but
yeah,
I feel like seeing that in a cartoon or something.
I will tell you slight problem though. I had one moment where it feels like the temperature changer wasn't working perfectly, and I think I was putting scalding hot coffee on my asshole, like someone was pouring hot.
You turn your asshole into a French press.
And what's funny about it is that your reaction isn't to turn the pressure off. Your instinct reaction is to get up. You know what I mean?
Right. And
but when you
your
get up,
painting.
it's just spraying still straight up. My girlfriend actually wanted to show how it works to somebody on the phone, and she completely didn't realize no one you can't turn it on if you're not sitting on it, and sprayed herself with it, which is fucking.
She
hilarious.
sprayed herself on a Zoom call or on a FaceTime call.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
That's pretty good.
But the show itself was, it was fun. Mike Carosa was the of Idaho fame. Was
Boise, Idaho, yeah.
Boise, Idaho fame was the headliner, but it was really, there's something about hearing him go off and not hearing it in a long time that really made me feel like for a moment that I was just at like one of those open mics where he was just going off, and he had some really very funny stuff.
Nice.
Just ranting off the top of his head.
That's cool.
It was fun, yeah.
Oh, Mikey Carriage, as we say in English.
And I did, right? I was talking, some guy was like, it's so annoying. Like someone was trying, I forget who, but someone was trying to do like crowd work or whatever, and talked about a Netflix show. And he asked like, hey, anybody see this show on Netflix? And then someone was just like, no, I like Queen's Gambit. And it's like, dude, that's not, it's so funny how people don't understand like the concept of what they're trying to get from you so that they can continue their own thing, not just completely veer off.
Just say the show that you were watching. I fucking hated when I would fall into that pattern at mics and at shows where I'd be like, hey, anyone here in a relationship? Who gives a fuck? Just talk about what you want to talk about, you idiot.
I think it was more like I was watching Tiger King. You guys watching Tiger King? It's like, no, I like Queen's Gambit.
Okay,
you're like,
well, that's funny as fuck.
You're not participating there. You're divert and I was thinking like fucking Queen's Gambit. I watched a bit of it, and that's a show that just makes me feel stupid. I can't imagine a show just designed, because I don't know how to play checkers. Chess. That's I'm ruining my joke. I don't know how to play chess. I can't play it. It makes me feel dumb that I can't play it. I won't admit it to people, so it's not even something I can learn. Because at this point it feels like you've given up on the chance. But I'm not, so I can't be addicted to a checker show. But I was addicted to a checker show. That was the joke. But the difference is that it's on YouTube Kids, and it's hosted by a possum and a bear. And the advantage is that now I'm learning Russian as well, so that's pretty good.
All right, well I guess that's what those Zoom shows are for, right? It's for working out material.
That's perfect material. That's a joke ready for the joke book that I'm writing right now.
Right.
Because everyone knows that joke books are soaring on the New York Times bestseller list.
Remember that thing you had about your shit going upstream like a salmon? That was good stuff.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. What else? I thought my girlfriend had a pretty good point the other day that I hadn't really thought of. Like our garbage, I guess, was supposed to be last Friday, right? So there's been garbage sitting on the street. No one read the memo from the city or anything. There's just been garbage on the street since Friday. Mm-hmm. They finally came today. So
wait, no one read the memo of the street that they don't collect garbage on Christmas?
On Christmas, yes, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Everyone needed a memo for that?
Well, everyone put out garbage.
I love how you're like on the streets and you're like backing up like the idiocy that's happening on your street of everyone being like, well, wow, what's we supposed to know that they don't work on Christmas?
Well, here's the thing. When my girlfriend used to work at McDonald's, they used to make all the Jews work on Christmas and all the Christians would work on like Hanukkah or whatever on Passover.
That's such a bullshit thing because no one tried to take those off. That's the difference. Yeah.
Point is, imagine if it was just a
Jews
fleet of Jewish garbage men.
McDonald's. I love this make-believe world you've built where Jews work the grill at the McDonald's.
She did. That was
but she's an exception. She's
okay. Whatever. There was. She worked in a high Jew population, so they had enough to have a 50-50 staff. What do you want me to say?
All right, finish your
Point
joke,
is, fuck. Just imagine a garbage crew full of Jewish guys being like, "Ugh, would it be such a bother if you could just separate the recycling from the trash a little bit more?"
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you have anything?
No, I could do more Jew voice if you want.
Yeah. Fuck, I had one yesterday. I forget what it is now.
I had another one with the Jewish accent that I was doing yesterday that I completely forgot.
Fuck.
I didn't write anything down.
I couldn't help but notice you've a number of cans. Do you mind if I take them home on my end and just I'll return them from a little bit of cash?
No, we're not returning cans. No.
Fine, Oren.
I don't agree. I've done so much to get out of returning bottles and cans. I literally don't think I've ever returned a bottle or a can for a refund ever.
I think when I was like 12, it was exciting, because you can get some pocket change, or like 10 or whatever.
What are you gonna get 12 cents? Are you buying? You see, you were raised in the fucking 20s. You were buying candy for a nickel at the fucking corner store.
Yeah, dude. With like 20 cans, you can get yourself some candy at the depanneur next door.
Yeah, I like the idea of you being a young kid carrying around 20 cans like a homeless child.
No, it was like all the neighborhood kids would get their fucking cans. We did it once. It wasn't a habitual thing.
Dude, in my neighborhood, man, you can't leave a can. You can't put a can down for a moment while you're drinking it without it disappearing. Like if you're on a park bench or any bench in St. Henry, you take a sip and you put it down. If you
Right.
look away,
You
by
turn
the
around.
time you turn around, it's someone's already traded it in for the
And
money.
in the wind, you hear, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the money. I'm gonna
That
love
was
you.
what I said. My girlfriend just texted me. The joke I said while walking
perfect.
around.
You're like Rodney Dangerfield. His wife
Yes.
used to tell his jokes into his ear.
My
That's what
producer is just,
Yeah.
could you, next, could you just use the scissors on the wrapping paper next time so I could reuse it for next year?
That's good. That's
Instead of
funny.
tearing the wrapping paper, would it be too much of a bother to maybe neatly take the Scotch tape off and just fold it
fold it.
back, so I may use it on my Gentile friends at the Christmas party?
Maybe next year, don't even take it out of the paper. Just leave it in its packaging. Place it on top of the present. That way, hiding what's actually underneath it. Still serving the same purpose.
It's the same purpose.
It's the same exact thing. But then maybe we could reuse it the next year. That's what I was thinking. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. I'm saying we're kind of wasting the way you're doing it. Maybe we're spending an extra money. Maybe you're doing a hassle to your old father who has to go out and buy the paper. But you do your thing.
You know, I make fun of you guys for being cheap, but meanwhile, my mother's been giving gifts in the same, like, Simon's boxes for the last 15 years.
That first Christmas that I spent with another family, and then they, like, had all these beautiful little like little acorns and bells on the gifts and all these little things, and I'm unwrapping them. I'm like, so nice. I'm like, yeah, can I have that back?
Yeah.
can I just get that back? It's such an awkward moment when they're asking for select items from the thing they wrapped back.
Yeah.
Can I just have that back? It's exactly what you're talking about. Just be careful with that. Just don't tear on the edges.
Just don't, yeah.
You know what? Let me open it for you. I'll just open it for you. They're just unwrapping.
Did
it
you like
slowly.
it?
Yeah.
Is it good size?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I got a sweater also.
Nice.
I got
I didn't get
Matt's-
any clothes this year.
I got mad socks, and I got another gift from a company that we should be sponsored by, MeUndies.
No way. No,
Yeah.
those guys are too big for us, dude. We need to go like down on another couple notches. We need like just burlap.
Mack Weldon.
No. Your burlaps. And it's just a burlap sack, just a potato bag like in a famine. Just a barrel, you know, like a barrel with suspenders.
Yeah, like made
That's
yeah,
our
invented,
level.
and like the guy who promotes it is like a guy's almost like a guy's 105. You know what I mean? And he's
Yeah.
like, is
And
there
he's-
room for? Is there a special seam for your penis? No. Was there a special seam in the 20s? No. Am I fine? Yes. And that could be
And he's
the whole
walking
advertising.
He's walking a tightrope across Niagara Falls for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. And then he jumps into a barrel that falls down the whole way.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the wonderful, the wondrous
Hortus.
Barrel Walker. And then,
Yeah.
then he just got his dick hanging out of the little. There's always a little hole in the barrels in the cartoons for like people to look out of.
Yeah.
But that's definitely for guys to piss out of and
Gotta
not
piss
piss
out of
their
that hole.
piss their barrels.
Imagine trying to aim your especially you have a famously tiny penis hole. Everybody knows that about you. It's like the kind of eardropper they feed baby birds with.
Right.
That's the kind of girth on a penis hole you have. Yeah, imagine. So it might be easier for you, to just press up your penis against that hole and aim with it.
Right.
However, I have a wide, girthy.
Wide urethra. That's
hole,
what
yeah.
everyone talks about.
Yeah, I have a wide.
Just a wide
urethra.
dick hole. You could put a toonie in there width wise.
Yeah, when I orgasm, it looks like someone blinking. It's got eyelashes. It's so big to protect its inside. How creepy would that be? Eyelashes on the penis hole? That alone would just throw the whole thing off for me. It would really ruin it for life.
Most people are scared of that Amazonian fish that crawls up your dick hole, but for you, it just makes you a little bit warmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Crawl up in there, buddy. There's room for two.
I don't know if they're Amazonian. I feel like that's the fish that's like made its way to Florida somehow.
Did I tell you about that? Watching that documentary about the woman who survived the Amazon forest?
What do you mean she survived the Amazon
Dude,
forest?
this woman, when she was a kid. She was 16 years old. She was in a plane going over the Amazon forest. It got hit by lightning. It destroyed in the air. She went flying out of the plane and survived the fall somehow from a plane in the sky.
because she landed on the trees like in a cartoon. It's totally normal and fine.
Not just that, they also say, because what happened was all the other chairs and people got ripped off, but she was still attached to a giant metal row. of the chairs. So they say she helicoptered because of her weight, like one of those like like stupid
like the things from a tree.
Yeah, the things that ruin my fucking car every fucking year because they're all for the fucking place. Yeah, those fun little helicopters.
Look at me, mister. I have a car over here.
Dude, fucking houseman, shut the fuck up.
I could be lying about that whole thing, by the way. You don't know.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible. So yeah, apparently, and anyway, she landed and she managed to survive for 11 days in the Amazon forest because her parents were like experts in the Amazon, and like she spent 2 years in their like laboratory hut, like those.
No way.
Yeah. So she happened to have all the skills at 16 years old to survive in the Amazon. She knew to follow the running water to find, because she knew that it would run to an opener, to a bigger space of water where most likely there would be fishermen or something like that.
Fucking
she
Tomb
managed
Raider
to
over
speak
here.
some of the random language when she found like local people who thought she was like a ghost. Can you imagine the first white
She
woman?
found a pygmy tribe, and all she had to do was talk like this, and they understood her.
Man, she came out. She probably came out of like the water, like half bloodied. The first time these people are seeing a white person ever in their life, they probably felt like they were in the ring. Like it was probably a very scary moment for those locals. And Werner Herzog was supposed to be on that plane, and he made a documentary about that woman years later, who she's a stone cold bitch. She's like 50 in this. She has like hardly shows no emotion. They bring her back to the forest where the crash was. They find this landing, the site of the crash. They bring her back, and she's got flies all over her face, and she's just talking while they're going in and out of her nose. You see one climb around her eye like she's a White Walker. You know what I mean? Like it just really fucking. She's a strong, crazy woman. Like obviously she survived like that. She's not telling anybody, but she ate half of the other people who survived, just because she could.
When you see this woman and you look in her eye, I don't know. I can't do a Werner Herzog.
I think the problem is that's because she's German, and that's why I see her as like heartless, because she's German,
right?
So like I
just Germans in general. You can't do.
That. But I was in this survivor mentality, like the survival crazy shit, And I watched that movie Everest. You ever see that?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's a true story about like some idiot
about the mountain and how it grows like 2 inches every year.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, exactly. It's only 2.5 hours of like in real time.
And now we see the mountain grow another inch through the treacherous terrain.
But no, it's about this guy who brought a bunch of like these rich people will pay like $100,000 to have this tour expert climber from Australia like climb them up to the top of the mountain and bear all the emotional responsibility if they die, kind of thing.
Right.
So this is a story about a group, and 8 of them died up there.
Nice.
That's a lot. That's a lot of them.
That's a lot of them. Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's like, what do you like? Who wants to do that? I don't understand wanting to do that. Like, you're just dying the whole time. You can stand up there for 5 seconds. What is the point? Like, you seem like a little bit. You're a Gentile, so you have less.
I would never fucking walk up there, dude.
No.
I just have you ever seen that clip of Werner Herzog like in the Penguin documentary or whatever? He's watching that penguin walk like the wrong way. Like all of his penguin friends walk towards the mountain on the right, and he starts walking towards the mountain on the left, and he's like, "There is no food out over there. This penguin is walking towards certain doom."
No,
oh man, it's such a good clip. I just imagine like him narrating that group of 9 people. Be like, "They should not be up here. They are walking towards certain doom and death.
Yeah.
There is nothing in the universe except for nothingness."
Your accent's good now, kind of like
it's getting better, right? It's hard with it because I don't really hear myself through that. I hear myself a little bit, but not enough to like really fix it.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the Rock before while I was watching Hobbs and Shaw. I was just doing Obama. It wasn't working well.
I had my VPN on my computer, and I didn't realize. I guess I was like, I wanted to watch something. I don't know, and said I couldn't watch from here, and so my YouTube was on British YouTube, and so it was loading a lot of
YouTube.
Yeah, we call it YouTube.
There's an H in there.
And it's and so it was loading like it's still like murder shit, because obviously I watched a lot of that as well, and interrogation stuff. But it was bringing up Australia's 60 Minutes, I guess, like their version of 60 Minutes. So I was watching a lot of documentaries about people who got murdered there, and a lot of the people, when describing,
He threw a koala at me head.
it was a kangaroo the size of a building.
He swung a kangaroo by its tail and it hit me in the head, and now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I just tried to think of a joke real quick, and then I completely lost it. I was like, "What's that? What's the thing that ate the baby?" I was having problems.
Dingo.
The dingo. What is that from? Do you know? Like, what's the source of dingo ate my baby?
I don't know what it's. I think it's an actual woman who was like, a dingo ate my baby, and I was like, "You're a fucking idiot, dude."
Oh,
And then
really?
like years later, they were like, "Oh wait, a dingo did eat her baby or something," and they made fun of it on Seinfeld and other fucking shit.
And what about shrimp on the bobby? Is that Crocodile
I think
Dundee?
they just make shrimp on the barbecue.
No, I think that's from Crocodile Dundee.
I can't hear what you're saying. I'm hearing you through your shitty computer mic. So if I'm talking, I can't hear.
Crocodile Dundee, I said.
Oh,
I think
Okay.
that's where it's from. Yeah, so anyways, the point is that most of the people, when, like, you know, they always have this moment where they have some old family member describe the person who died and how great they were and how wonderful they were to, I don't know,
Right.
humanize, I suppose. You know, the verb, it's not verb, but terminology they use a lot to describe them. They always go, they were really full of life. And I'm like, that's quite the way to describe someone who is the complete opposite of that now. You know?
Yeah.
It's really the funniest way to describe someone who was once alive and is now dead. Like, how would you describe them? No, full of life.
of dead.
Yeah, exactly. Alive. They were very alive.
Very alive.
Yeah. Someone
Breathing.
Yeah, they were full
some
of
would
life.
say.
Someone emptied their life. Now they're lifeless.
Blood very much pumping at the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Very silly. And there's something that just for some reason makes it so much more entertaining when it's just an Aussie saying everything. It's just,
Yeah,
and
I
they
can't
really
imagine.
have no tact at the end of their videos. And they're like the murder has never been found, and the family, without resolution, still finds the pain bothers them every day. And then it ends, and then it goes, now smash that like button if you want to see more of this content. And you're like, okay. I don't know if you need to use smash that content after that. We just told a story about a woman who was killed with a hammer. I don't know if smash that.
Smash
like
it. Yeah, hit the head on the smash like button. I don't know what the fuck that accent was. Have you ever seen The Imposter?
Yes, I have seen The Imposter. I think maybe we've talked about it.
I don't think we have because I recently rewatched it. My girlfriend hadn't seen it. I watched it with her yesterday.
Did you bring it up on that other thing we did?
Maybe. No, I don't think so. Did I?
I don't know.
Maybe. Anyways, like if you haven't seen the movie or if you hadn't heard of the story, it's the story of a 13-year-old Texas boy who goes missing. 3 years later, the family gets
Jason
contacted.
Sellon arrives.
A family gets contacted from a guy in Spain, and basically this French con man assumes the identity of this 16-year-old Texas boy after 3 years of being missing.
How old is he again? Like 52 when he does it? Also?
No, he's 23, but he's balding already. He's like half Algerian, half French, so you know that he's got just chest hair coming up his sleeves and fucking button down shirt. He dyes his hair bleach blonde. He's got black eyes instead of blue, and the family's like, yeah, that's our son.
No, but what's so funny is that he didn't really have to do any of that. He could have just showed up exactly how he was, and everyone was just willing to accept this story. Like, he didn't realize, he did all this extra work, and he thinks he got away with it. The tattoo he gave himself to replicate the tattoo. They didn't even know he had that tattoo. Nobody knew anything. He could have gotten away with just being, no, I am that person, and they would have been like,
the reason why he couldn't have got away with it is because it's probably the kid's brother who killed him.
Dude, they make it seem like it's this crazy thing that he got away with this. The guy was trying forever to get away with this. He had this planned out. He tried it with other families. It didn't work out.
Not only that, but
Eventually,
dude,
he
he's
found-
done it. He did it 3 times after he went to jail for it in the States.
And the whole documentary, you're like almost supposed to take him seriously. Like anything he says is reliable. When
It's
he's
really
the
not.
biggest liar in the world. Like, how come they telling the story from his perspective? You can't. It's like almost like ridiculous for him to be telling the story. I don't believe anything he's saying.
I know.
It was annoying me so much because they kept on letting him talk, and the whole time you're listening and you're really intrigued. But by the end of it, you're like, wait, he's still doing it. Wait, he did it again. Wait,
yeah.
Like this guy's a liar. Like, why?
Yeah, he's just a big old fucking bitch liar.
And they play that whole beginning part when she shows him the pictures and as if she's feeding him information and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, dude, if this is this guy's account of the story, I I can't believe I literally at one point was like, they killed the 13-year-old kid and they just
I believe
accepted.
that part.
Oh, that's such bullshit, man.
Yeah. Okay, where is he?
Doesn't matter. 14 years later, they're not going to be like, sweet, an excuse. No one's looking. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just have to be like, no, that's not him. And then they'd be like, if he was actually dead, they wouldn't have been like, sweet, 14 years later, an excuse. How many years later was it? Like 3 or 4 years later?
It was 2000 and what that?
Like between when the kid went missing.
It was 3 years. It was
3 years. So
Yeah.
like 3 years, no one was looking. No one cared. No one was suspecting the family of foul play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like it's just like no one gave a shit about the death for some reason.
No. What you don't get is that the storyline that they're presenting is that they killed their kid or they had something to do with the disappearance of their own kid, right? And so when this guy came forth to pretend to be the kid, they accepted it with open arms because they thought it would take the spotlight off of the fact that they killed him, right?
Right, but you're saying no one gave a shit about them anyway.
Yes, and like
Right.
it only brings more attention to the fact that they bring in a fake human who's pretending to be that person. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
If that goes wrong, now all the attention is on the idea that you fucking killed your kid, you know?
Wait, but I think they're really dumb as hell too.
Yes,
so
that's the bottom line. It's just the bottom line is that they're the dumbest people in the world. They're all slightly. They definitely none of them should have procreated. And the truth is, that kid would have been no good. Let's be honest.
Probably not.
That kid would have not have
He
gone
was
on
13.
to do good things. Yeah,
He looked like he was 11 and he had fucking knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't on the straight and narrow path. He wasn't
Yeah.
about to bring his. He wasn't going to be the first to go to college in that family. Do you know
No.
what I mean?
No, probably not. You're right.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's such bullshit. And then there's
But anyways,
a movie
it's a
about
very
it, too.
well-made documentary.
Yeah, I just think it was funny that there are like times when they're like when just everyone knows something but no one's saying something, where the entire town knew very well that it wasn't this person, but they're like, I guess it is. You know,
My favorite part was like, yeah, he was, he made he had a little crush on a girl. He was talking to her on the phone every night. It's like this guy was 24 talking to like a 15-year-old and having a crush on her.
they made in 5 years from now, if they make a documentary about your relationship with your girlfriend, they'll call it The Imposter.
The gay sex imposter.
Exactly. It was about the 100th time she put on the strap-on dildo that she realized that maybe.
No. Oh, fuck. I forgot to do the gallery view. There it is now.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Hopefully mine is.
Wait, no, wait.
Not so bad.
Now it's in gallery. Okay, no, it was fine before. It was already in gallery.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh my God. We still okay. Jason, what you got? Make us laugh. Go. Be hilarious. Go.
No. Yeah, I told the short story last time of the guy who's been like doing some work around the new place and like how he.
Oh, I like this. It's gonna be like a continuous narrative. I like.
Well,
it.
no, it's just a short. Because
Can we
like
give him a name? Does he have a name?
No, I'm not gonna give him. I'm not gonna give.
Well,
his
give
name
him a name. I don't want his real name. Give him a
the
name.
Fixer.
The Fixer.
Because he fixes
like
shit around the house that I don't want to
feel
fucking
like
touch.
He's like Jason Statham. I feel like that's the voice he has. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fucking put up light fixtures because the guy over here doesn't like wires.
Yeah, exactly.
See? Anyway, no, just like a very short thing because my parents came to visit. They went to
Don't talk about your dick. Talk about the story you were saying. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
Point is, my dad for some reason quoted Seinfeld and just like it was like that time George Costanza did that thing or whatever, book, you know. And then the guy was here, the Fixer was here, and he looked up and he's like, Costanza, that fucking guy. That fucking guy's crazy. Just like acting like it's a regular, like
it's
a
just funny.
dude he knows.
Yeah. Dude, you won't believe what he did one time. Dude, one
That
time
guy's
it was
fucking
crazy. He just pushed these women and these children out of the way of trying to get out of the fire. That
He's
Costanza
fucking
is
nuts,
crazy.
that
You
guy.
wouldn't
Yeah, fucking Costanza.
Good art, but crazy in the head. You know what I mean?
Just the idea that it's a real guy that he knows.
I love that.
Did you say Costanza? Fucking Costanza, huh?
You know Costanza? Oh,
know
we go back.
Costanza?
We go back.
Oh, I love that type of guy, man.
Yeah. You ever hear him do the Vandalay thing? He's a crazy guy. That guy's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, that's funny. I like
That's
that.
pretty good stuff.
I like just seeing that kind of like basic love for something, you know?
Yeah,
Like
just like because that's how I watched TV when I was 8. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought everyone was real, and like when I would hear about like actors on interviews being like, the writers, you got to give all the credit to the writers. We're like, who gives a shit about the writers? You guys came up with that shit on the spot.
Yeah, I never.
You guys are
understood
geniuses, the actors.
I never understood that. The writing is also. It's like I was watching something last night that's not great. It was by the makers of the Black Mirror. It's called Death to 2020.
Right.
And it's like really, I mean, realistically, it feels like a collection of memes. You know what I mean? Just
right. Okay.
put together. And the writing at moments, like there are a handful of lines that are genius in this thing. But generally speaking, it's kind of tiring and annoying. But the handful of lines were very good. And one of them was describing Joe Biden as, oh my God, I don't want to screw it up.
Can't believe you're doing this right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna skip it.
You're gonna. Okay. I will say that one of the people who wrote for that show was very nice. Toronto comic who moved to England, and I was at the Edinburgh Fringe with her, and she's very nice and very funny.
And she wrote on that?
She wrote on it, and she's like 23 or some shit, and it's fucking infuriating that she's that talented. Erica Ealer, very nice and funny. Good for her. And she probably wrote the good line about Joe Biden, just because I don't know anyone else on.
It was something like a ticket collector on a ghost train.
Oh, okay, that's very funny. Along those lines is very good.
Yeah,
it's a little Mulaney-ish, you know what I mean? It's like a little.
That's something we should talk about. That's shocking a little bit.
It is a little shocking that like he would stop doing, coke and alcohol at 21 or whatever, and then just start doing it again 20 years later.
Well, no, he's been doing it the whole time, my friend.
I don't think he's been doing it the whole time.
It's just gotten out of hand. I think that's pretty. And that it completely makes sense why he took the job at Seth's show, because it made no sense why he was doing that. And it's obviously he just needed some work. He needed to be like he needed like tasks because he was obviously going crazy. Like he was like he needed work. He was drinking and doing coke right up the asshole. Jason would have loved that job. Jason would be like, "What? You need someone to blow that coke in your asshole? I'll do that right now for you, Mr. Mulaney."
For John Mulaney?
Yeah. You would be first in line to go do that job.
I like him a lot, but I don't think I'd do that.
No, don't lie to me.
For Gary Goldman, maybe, but not for John Mulaney.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty. I was pretty.
Gary
surprised.
Goldman, I don't think would have a coke station on my asshole. It would just be a Purell station or something.
Yeah.
Just wash his hands.
I was watching some skit where they were all doing 50s voices, and it really made me realize that that's just who John Mulaney is.
Yeah, he's just a full-grown man who should have been born in 1910.
Yeah, just the way he's talking. It's great. But it was pretty surprising. Like, I don't know. His comedy is so straight that, like, it's just so surprising to hear that, It's just like,
I mean, it was surprising to watch him like do his like first special at like 28, and him talking about having been like a habitual blackout drunk throughout his teens. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, it almost felt like he was lying about that. Like, you're just making this up because it's a good story. Well,
guess it was true.
God bless you, John M. Hope you get better soon.
Yeah.
Hope you get better real fast and real soon. Do you watch the show?
Furious. What, Big Mouth?
Yeah.
I like Big Mouth.
You look like the main character. You look like
Nick Kroll,
cartoon
as
Nick
a cartoon.
Yeah, you look like Nick Kroll.
That's not true.
With a smaller forehead by a little.
But
bit, maybe.
I bet that me and Nick Kroll looked alike when we were 11 years old, because that's what that character looks like me when I was 11. Big forehead, big teeth, big mouth, big lips.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember this. I remember this. Maybe the second time I heard the N-word is when I was like 8 years old, and a neighborhood kid told me I had N-word lips.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. How old are you?
In French, like 8 or 9, I think.
And
in French, he said this to me.
Because they have I think that's the funniest thing to me, that they have a word for that. Like, they have a translated racial slur.
Oh,
like,
right.
It's like, no, but it's like it's
because they didn't need it.
No,
like,
it's the direct translation of the N-word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they have the proper word for, like, Negro, let's say. You know what I mean? Like, they have those words. You know what I mean? That one is, like, just slur. It's weird.
I think they just say black for their proper term is just black, I think. The French word for black. But, yeah, they went and, like, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but they did translate specifically a slur when they didn't need to because they didn't have a history
Right, because there's no word for that in like Hebrew. We don't have a word for that. You know what I mean?
No?
Like, I don't think there's a word for that in Spanish. You know what I mean? Like I think it's literally, it's weird that they have a translated word.
Yeah,
the first
they
time,
made a point of being racist for
exactly.
no reason. Yeah,
like it's in the Bechamel. Like there's conjugation for passé imperatif for that word.
it's a verb.
Yeah, exactly.
But and there's also like how in Texas like I think it was like Rick Perry or something, one of these like Texas Republicans had like a ranch that was called like the N-word Head Ranch or whatever. There's towns in Quebec that still have those names.
That's crazy.
It's fucking insane.
I'd love to go.
When did they name it? They like it was like right after the U.S. Civil War. They're like, oh, we'll get in on this too.
Yeah.
Like
I think this will be
this
timely.
feels right.
Yeah, I think this will last.
Insane.
I don't know. I think the first time I heard it, we were like in class, like at grade 4 or something like that, and some girl was just mad at another kid and just called. But no, we're all Jews. No one's black in the room.
Right.
Like it was just another Jew calling another Jew the word, and everyone in the room went like just like a sitcom, And the teacher went white in the face, didn't know what to do. The janitor started crying. I'm just joking.
No.
But no one, like, it's so funny how we all knew how bad of a word it was, but no one knew what it meant. I don't think one little Jewish kid in that classroom knew that it was for black people. Like, no one knew that. We just knew it was a word you weren't supposed to say,
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't think I remember the first time or whatever, but
yeah.
it was. I knew what it meant, obviously, because I knew he. Or you know what? I might have asked him what he meant, and he was like, black people.
Yeah. Yo.
Very.
You were told by a black person who was like, yo, black people. Is
that how I said it?
Yeah. You're like, yo, black people.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very straight. Like, obviously, you know where that came from because there's no, like, it's his dad probably said it because there's no other way for an 8-year-old to fucking hear that in a white neighborhood. Like, it's either a friend with a racist dad or his racist dad.
Yeah.
I think he had like a super old dad. He was one of these kids with like a 60-year-old dad at 8 years old. You know what I mean? I think that's where he got it from.
That's hilarious. Gotta be careful with those, Did you ever say Jumi back in the day as like a real, like it was ever part of your vocab?
No, I always had too much respect.
Right.
No, because I always like, for some reason, for like a good, like when I would have used that terminology, I always had like good Jewish friends.
Right.
From like 12 to like.
Yeah, because you have a good sense of humor. You wanted funny people around you, so you had
exactly.
Jewish friends. It makes perfect sense.
I always had one or two around me, They were really quick at counting the change at the cafeteria. That's why we wouldn't hold up the line,
Very good. Very good. We were like expert moochers in the cafeteria. Like there was like a crew of us that like literally all you would do is like you'd spend from second period to recess trying to borrow as much change as you could from as many people so that by recess you could manage to buy yourself a bagel with cheese.
Right.
That was the number one thing sold at our cafeteria was a bagel
with cheese
or a bagel with butter. Those were the two number one sellers. Margarine because it's got to be kosher.
Right.
And I was always wondering, like, it made sense to me, but now going back, I'm like, is that really a sign of going to a Jewish high school that the number one item at the cafeteria is a bagel? Is that just a coincidence?
A bagel?
Is that just a Montreal thing? Let's be honest. Who would want a bagel?
No. It was a pretty Montreal-y thing. I didn't have, like, very many breakfast items at the cafeteria. I remember I used to do the bagel once in a while, but one time I would see these kids... because I grew up in a mostly white neighborhood, then I went to high school. Actually, more.
You would never know from the way you act and talk and behave.
By white, I mean Portuguese, Italian, and Greek.
Okay.
But then I went to like the West Island, which has more, English people, so they have black people, and so I would always see these kids with fucking these little pockets. I thought like. And with like
they're called vaginas.
No, shut the fuck up. These little pastry pockets, okay, and they would tear it open and it looked like chocolate inside. And I was like, holy fuck, you know what? Today's the day I get that shit. And I go, I plop my money down, I get the patty, the thing. It's a fucking. I take a bite. It's a Jamaican patty,
Oh my God,
and it ruined. It was people were eating this shit at 8 o'clock in the morning. I had no idea
because you have no sense of smell whatsoever. You have no idea.
I never had a Jamaican patty in my life.
But you didn't smell the allspice like coming out of those steaming patties when people were eating them. I love how you thought they were. I love how you also you have you don't even have any social skills to be like, hey, what's in that? You just like, oh, I think I'll just take the risk and buy that chocolate layered beauty.
Yeah.
Also, you think gray minced meat is chocolate? Like,
it was brown, dude. It wasn't gray. It was dark brown. It was like chocolate. It looked like chocolate. I'm not stupid.
That is pretty stupid, man.
But it ruined Caribbean food for me for like 10 years. I never tried Caribbean food because
it's not chocolate.
Because I thought it was chocolate, and I had a bite, and it was it was beef patty, and the change, like the difference in taste was so fucking massive that I thought it was the most disgusting thing I had ever eaten in my life. And that's
what my father did with dicks. He was feeding me a vagina, and right before he gave me a dick, and so now the opposite. He gave me
no, you had it right the first time.
Never mind this bit. Fuck this bit, okay? Fuck this bit. I don't like this bit at all. I don't like this bit at all. I'm moving on. That's weird. That is weird. It is weird. Like that's not even something like maybe also allspice and all those things were completely new since your mother didn't even use salt and pepper. You know, so you were like just trying to get used to the idea.
Dude, don't fucking talk like that. I didn't grow up in a I'm not fucking white. I'm not a white Anglo-Saxon or whatever the fuck they're called.
What are you?
Italian, baby. Italian, Greek, Turkish, and Spanish, baby. Don't you forget it.
And then somehow that blends into a whiter white. I don't even know how that's possible. But so I remember one time I was working at at this restaurant, and we had like you have a lot of those squeeze tubes full of different condiments and stuff like that.
Right.
But we have like big ones in the kitchen made to fill up like the smaller guys. So
right.
We also had this like dessert that we had to prepare the desserts ourselves. They were in like this fridge. You take them out, and one of the deals was for this dessert, you took out this like nice little like white kind of custardish, like a loose custard. You put it down, and then you put like chocolate lines, and you take a knife and you drag it through the plate, and it makes that marbly kind of effect. You know,
right? One sec. Loose custard. What falls out of your asshole on Saturday mornings?
Okay, I like that. I mean, I was waiting. I was like looking at you, loose custard. Wink, wink. Let's see what you can do with it. And so you put the white shit, and you make the streaks, and then you serve it to the client with a little cake on top of it. Right. So one time I'm like in the juice. That's what we call it when we're in the juice. We call it
when you're high on cocaine.
When you're high on cocaine and can't feel your fingertips. Yeah. So I'm running into the kitchen. I take the thing, custard, I put it out, I make everything. I run back into the dining room, I serve it, and the guy right away is like, there's something fucked up with my plate, you know? So I take it back, I go, sorry, I take it back. He's like, the custard tastes weird. I taste it, and I instantly, like, because it's not custard at all, I just start, I gag, and I'm like spitting it out. And then I go to the chef, and I'm like, sometimes you can't wait to fucking tell the chef how shitty. Look at you, you idiot! You fucking, he's been yelling at me.
You piece of shit.
Yeah.
This is why you failed algebra.
Dude, they treat you like such shit the entire shift that the second you have something that you could kind of go at them, you kind of like want to go.
You
so
stupid
I'm like, you
moron.
fucking idiot. And then he does the taste, and tastes it, and he goes, it's mayonnaise. I go, what? He goes, you use the mayonnaise. And I go, and I always thought what was so crazy about that is that I love mayonnaise. I fucking love
but it made you
mayonnaise.
Gag in that moment.
Yeah, because I just thought it was off. I thought it was cream that was off or something. So it instantly made me just like one scratch, like that scene at Ace Ventura when everyone's scratching at their tongue because they thought they touched a dick. That's what I thought was going on. But in the end, I watched Wonder Woman.
1984.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, the first one was fun. This one had a great opening scene, had a great second scene.
Where she blows up a bunch of Palestinian kids?
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. After they attacked first. Yes, exactly what happened.
They threw a tennis ball.
She actually saves 2 Egyptian kids in a moment, so I think they probably did that on purpose to just kind of reflect. So there were some really good scenes in it, but the movie itself made no sense. And they have this giant spoiler warning. They have this thing where like one of the main characters comes back, right?
I haven't seen the first one. I'm never gonna see it probably.
So, anyways, it doesn't matter. It's in the trailers.
I don't want no fucking broad hero to me. Okay, all my guys they gotta have big dicks.
Yeah, sounds about right. Because you like a big dick. Everyone knows Jason likes a big dick. So they have this thing where like the guy died in the first one, but he comes back in this one because of a wish that was made. And instead of like him just coming back, they made him come back in someone else's body. You know, so it's like his consciousness went downloaded into another human being, but that guy still looks like whoever he used to be. You know what I mean? So she's seeing like as if you were gifted with my personality, you know what I mean? And like all of a sudden you woke up and I was just in you and I'm screaming, why is my dick so small? How am I supposed to deal with this? This is crazy. Why do my bones hurt so much?
You would love your life if you had my body.
No, I would really be.
Yeah, oh my God.
I would instantly be like, why is my asshole so loose? What is in here? It feels like it's been used recently in the wrong way. So, and then you wake up, and so then you're essentially dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, your personality doesn't go into my personality because I'm dead in this situation.
Right.
So in this movie, tons of people.
But I become God.
Right. Exactly. In your head.
Yeah.
But really, you're dead, and you're just in your
I become
subconscious.
That's all the universe is just waiting for me to die so I could resume my duties as God.
Right. So everyone's freaking out on the twits. Because it's rape that she's having sex with her boyfriend in another man's body, but that man doesn't have consciousness, so his body is being
he's being raped.
Yeah, he's by Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah,
Wonder Woman is
that was like my fantasy as a 15-year-old dude. What are you talking about? Leave her alone, you know.
Dude, I used to have the funniest fantasy of saving all the Spice Girls' life. Did I ever tell you about that one?
No.
I used to have this stupid so there's a gunman, right? There's a gunman. His name is Louis Gunman. It's not that he has a gun.
In your imagination?
Yeah. Louis Gunman is at a show, right? He comes out. The Spice Girls. The Spice Girls.
Let me wield my weapon. I'm Louis Gunman,
the Spice
attorney
Girls
at law.
have just finished another sold-out performance at the London T Stadium or whatever they're called over there, and
Wembley.
So the Wembley. Tennis Buckingham, and so they come out of their performance, and then Louis Gunman comes out with his machine gun and goes, "You're all gonna die," and he shoots at them. 5 bullets to heat each. Well, how many Spice Girls were there?
I don't know. Scary, sporty, posh, baby, ginger. That's it.
Yeah, and Gay Spice too. No, oh no, that was Sporty Spice. Sorry, I was confused.
Yeah.
So 5. Baby, ginger, sporty.
We just named them, dude. Yeah. Go.
How many?
I think it's 5. You had all your fingers up by the time I was done naming them.
So 5 bullets go flying.
Yeah.
He shoots He has perfect aim, and he manages to shoot 5 bullets that for some reason are flying at pretty much the exact same speed. Pretty much, right?
Right.
And I jump because I was an athlete back then, still am, but it was a good jumper. And I jump and I block every single bullet with my body because that's how long my body is. And then I get one in the hand, one in the this, one in that, and then I'm in the hospital, right? And each Spice Girl is tending to like the wound that saved their life.
And they're like, "It's too bad your dick's been blown off. I would have sucked your pecker.
I would have let you play with my milky pillows and put it in my stink box if I knew you had a pecker.
But if no pecker, no milky pillows." I don't even know what accent that is.
You can't touch my vagina if you...
They're all from Liverpool.
If you don't have a penis. Sorry.
I'm sorry about the batch of flesh that used to be your wiener.
Would have let you touch my vagina.
My vagina.
My vagina. If you would have just said something. Yeah, so that was my fantasy, baby.
Yeah, I don't think I had that. I don't think I had a...
Yours was with the NSYNC, you told me.
Yeah. Yeah, except that instead of a gun with bullets, it was a dildo shooter. And it was just my ass. I've blocked all 5 dildos with my ass.
And in your dream, your penis hole was finally wide enough that it sucked in the bullets.
Right.
And it swallowed
No, I was
them.
blocking it ass first. It was like,
Oh, okay. All right. That's so funny. You just go ass first and suck in each bullet. I'm so good at this. I could take it all night.
yeah.
You're like Captain America. I could do this all day. In fact, I'd prefer to.
Do you have another one of those dildo guns?
Yeah, let's shoot him out.
Let's do it again.
All right, smash that like button. Thank you so much for listening.
Do you think dildo gun is a good title, or is that too? I don't know.
Is that too provocative?
Is that too much? What about D star asterisk asterisk asterisk? Can you say asterisk 4 times in a row?
Asterisk oblix, asterisk oblix,
Obelix,
asterisk
yeah.
oblix. Is that just a French Canadian thing or a France thing?
Well, it's Belge. It's Belgian.
Oh, that
so
makes
that's
a lot
where we
more
got
sense.
it from. Yeah.
Because it was too popular. Oh, I guess is that Tintin also Belge?
Oh wait, no. I think asterisk they might both be Belge or asterisk is French from France. Because like I don't think we would have made that fucking little guy a hero here.
Yeah, no, we need some. I'm like, no, Yosemite Sam is not going to be our hero. Thank you very much. He pretty much looks like Yosemite Sam with stupid wings
With
on his hat.
Yeah, little wings and Pippi Longstocking braids, right? Or is that the big guy? That was the big guy.
Smash that like button. But honestly, share, please. Again, I'll always ask if you can scroll to that section in your iTunes or your iPod, in your podcast section, and vote 5 stars or 10 stars or 12,000 stars. Someone voted. They wrote 5 stars right now. I don't know if you're a big fan of YMAH, and that was the joke. I don't know, but thank you very much, Sloth. With the Sloth, thank you. More
we
votes.
got another one. Good for us.
More of those, please. Bring us more of those, please. Also, I want to wish everyone a happy New Year. What are you doing for New Year's, by the way?
Very small. Just another couple's coming over.
Oh, thanks. So you chose another couple.
I didn't choose anyone. You know, chicks, right?
Oh yeah, she didn't want us. All right, cool. All right.
No, she wanted.
I'll tell her that. I'll tell Carly. I'll let her know.
If you guys were a lesbian couple, maybe you would have been invited over. But
oh, you guys are doing the whole. You guys are doing the thing where you 4 women fuck. That's cool. You guys are gonna do a 4-way scissor.
We're all gonna scissor at 11 p.m. and ring in the new year.
Jason's such a good scissorer. That's why that relationship's going so well.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, perfect, amazing. Yeah. So
what are you doing for New Year?
I'm gonna try scissoring for my first time. It sounds amazing. But no, we have no plans really. I think.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's illegal to do what you're doing. So I'm actually.
I know it is.
I'm calling the cops on you. So I'm. So
no, they're
annoyed.
in our bubble. They've dog sat for us.
You're not allowed bubbles. There's no bubbles.
I know.
I love how that's your. They're in my bubble. It's okay. You're like bubbles.
They live 5 minutes away. They're in my bubble.
Doesn't matter. You're not allowed.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
Staying home alone.
I'm gonna have such a good time without you. I don't even fucking care about you.
Buy the house I sent you on on Messenger.
Dude, there's so much. Do you see what it looks like from the outside? It's
a little piece of shit house, but it's pretty nice inside, except for all the pink and deer's heads and shit.
Yeah, no, it could use some work on the inside, but the outside makes me nervous as hell. It looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know. It looks like an aircraft carrier. You know what I mean, or something that's going. It just looks like one shape, nothing going. I don't know.
Yeah,
but maybe who knows? We'll get desperate.
Yeah, be my neighbor.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Take pictures of my pee hole. I know you're gonna do it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop this recording. Goodbye. Happy New Year, everybody. Also, don't even review us, but also just like tell 2 friends about us, and they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and
it's like a pyramid scheme.
And then you guys can have inside jokes about the stupid shit we say on our podcast. And,
yeah, friendshiphour.com. It's so quick. Like, you don't have to tell. Go find them on this. Go say friendshiphour.com. Look it up.
Friendshiphour.com.
Yeah. Okay. So I love you. Happy New Year.
Happy
see
New
you later.
Year. Shak Mahalak Malim. Yak Shemesh. Happy Hanukkah. I love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.